A quick little public service announcement to make. I just want to remind everybody very quickly that Argentina es campeón del mundo, world champs for the next 4 years, and Leo Messi is the undisputed GOAT. I just want to remind everybody kindly.
No, we do have to make that announcement because I don't want people to forget. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
want
no.
people to forget.
No, no,
man.
no,
We don't
no.
want people to forget what just happened. Not even a little bit over a month ago, dude. A crazy outcome that sees you wearing a jersey. Now, this is the third shoot out of total 10
Let's go
shoots,
10, yeah.
so we're looking good so far.
Stings a little.
Yeah. It
It's a
burns
little itchy.
But before I get into transfers, I actually want to talk about a big announcement that was made regarding our region and the region of which the jersey you're wearing is from, South America. CONMEBOL and CONCACAF have agreed to essentially partner up to form a relationship here. See what can happen. See what can be generated both financially, but also in terms of really interesting matchups. And here's what happened. The CONMEBOL and CONCACAF strategic partnership results in this. When it comes to club competition, CONMEBOL and CONCACAF to co-organize a centralized Final Four style club competition. So I think when I looked into this one, it means that the top 2 teams from South America will face off in a mini tournament against the top 2 teams in CONCACAF.
Yeah.
And that in itself excites me, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. It'll be like college football playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, you get the 4 best teams, 2 from each region, and then a quick little mini tournament.
Yeah.
And there'll be a nice little final. I'm wondering how they'll set it up, if they're going to guarantee it'll be a CONCACAF team against a CONMEBOL team. Are they going to randomize it, and maybe it'll be, 2 CONCACAF, 2, or possibility for 2 CONCACAF or 2 CONMEBOL?
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, though, love the idea, and I love how short it is, too, because we don't gotta rush into a big competition yet. So I love this idea.
We've strung out some hot takes, man, in the past when it comes to gauging where does MLS and Liga MX rank in terms of South American competition. You know, some people say that Liga MX is better than Colombia, but worse than Argentina. MLS could go toe-to-toe with Brazil, was what I've even heard you say at times before.
And I do think that is a true statement if you take like the best MLS
best of the
team.
best.
Yeah, the best of the best.
And that's the point I'm kind of getting at, is that at the very least, if this is done right and the teams do take it as a serious competition, we could actually get answers to kind of gauging where does the MLS stand against maybe the first or second top team in Brazil or Argentina. Same for Mexico, like just a Tigres against Palmeiras type of matchup, or LAFC against Flamengo, for example. Instead of having to wait until the Club World Cup, now we'll get it through this tournament. So that to me is just super fun, super interesting, and it just emphasizes the opportunity to talk shit if you're North American or if you're South American, bro.
Yes, sir.
The first edition of this tournament is going to happen in 2024, so it's still a little bit of a while away.
I'm okay
But
with that. I'm okay with that.
it's expected that the clubs will qualify through existing CONMEBOL and CONCACAF club competitions. So we'll get a better insight into what that means. But for now, I'm just happy that they're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll be CONCACAF Champions League winner against Copa Libertadores winner, and then how they determine the second teams. Maybe it'll be runners up, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll like rank the others and
Coefficient.
do a coefficient and pick the second team. I wonder how they'll do it.
Yeah. Now, on the international level, this also gets very exciting because for 2024, CONMEBOL has announced that they will have the Copa America combined with 6 guest CONCACAF teams to join them, and it will be played here in the United States summer 2024, essentially running it back from what was a Copa Centenario in 2016. We will be seeing a very similar occasion now, and that's very exciting, bro, because that was such a fun tournament. It's so fun to see these North American international squads go up against the South Americans, and to have it here in the U.S., man, just means that we have an opportunity, and all of our viewers as well that are here in the States, to go and actually watch these matches, man.
Yeah, and I can't believe that once that tournament does kick off, it will have been 8 years since the Copa America Centenario has passed. That boggles my mind that it's already going to be 8 years at that point. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Regardless, I'm so excited because, again, we've talked about it and we've always wanted to see just more CONCACAF teams and CONMEBOL teams kind of mingle in some form or fashion. And what better way than a tournament like this where it had such success in 2016? Why not do it again? It's going to be really good. And it'll be a perfect rehearsal tournament for the 2026 World Cup in the United States. We'll probably be seeing a lot of the same stadiums that'll be used in 2026. And hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of competitive CONCACAF teams hoping to have a really good World Cup on CONCACAF soil.
I was going to say, it actually kind of adds a little bit more pedigree to the Copa America because it expands the tournament and it brings in, maybe not the best opponents in the world, but opponents that you still got to play well to get a victory against, man. And if it's the USA at home, Mexico at home, or even a feisty Canadian team, whatever South American team is trying to win the trophy will eventually have to go through one of those North American teams. And it's just going to make for an awesome matchup and just adds to that quality of the tournament that I like to see, honestly.
Yeah, dude, that'd be dope. When you phrase it like that, man, I'm going to be so hyped for these CONCACAF teams because I do see a trend of just CONCACAF teams improving, especially the big three of the USA, Canada, and Mexico. And going into 2026, this is the perfect tournament to have something a little bit more competitive than, let's say, the Gold Cup. Yeah. So this is going to be awesome. And, dude, imagine if a CONCACAF team gets to the final and even just has a chance at lifting the Copa America, that'd be incredible, man. It'd be insane. And, maybe it doesn't happen. And we see, Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil just go off and have another good tournament. At least the USA, Mexico, Canada, and maybe a Central American team will have that really good practice of like, all right, we know what the competition's going to be like. We've been in the locker rooms that we're going to experience 2 years from now. We've had a good preparation for World Cup in 2026, so let's have a good World Cup. So, yeah, I'm really excited about the tournament. My only gripe, bro, and this is not even football related. I have one gripe about this. I was really hoping that the Copa America would explore more of the South American landscape as hosts. Because realistically, I've only ever seen Argentina and Brazil host Copa Americas. Maybe a little bit of Uruguay, and I think Chile.
Yeah.
I think Chile. And Chile is the exception in this case because like Brazil hosted it like twice because of COVID and just stuff like that. And the 2016 Copa America Centenario obviously was here in the United States, and they're doing that again for this edition in 2024. But I'm just like, where's Ecuador's chance? Where's Peru, Bolivia, Colombia even, man? I was just there a couple years ago. It was a beautiful country. And I don't know, maybe the infrastructure is not quite the same as Brazil or Argentina. Well, it definitely isn't the same. But like, why aren't those federations pushing to host it more? And I read up on it. I was like, I thought Ecuador was going to host this next edition. They were set to. And apparently the federation was just like, yeah, we could host it, but we're just not really prepared. And I'm just like, I get it. For me, I just wonder, what does it really come down to? Because does CONMEBOL as a whole confederation only want like state-of-the-art stadiums? Because if that's the case, you're only going to get that now in Argentina or especially Brazil because of the 2014 World Cup. It's going to be so hard to achieve something like that if you're Bolivia, for example. But why can't CONMEBOL just put that aside and be like, look, just use the stadiums y'all have. It's not going to be state-of-the-art, but it's going to be your culture.
Yeah, it's going to be, yeah.
And I'm just like, at the end of the day, fuck it. Let's have some fun. Dude, a Bolivia Copa America would be ridiculous.
Dude, that'd be dope.
It'd be dope.
So dope.
It'd be so dope. And I know, like, Venezuela would be really, really cool, too. And I know some of these countries maybe are going through a little bit of turmoil politically, and I understand that. In that case, yes, humanity is first. Football is always second to that. I understand that. But if the country's fine and they're just... it just comes down to infrastructure, I say fuck it, have fun, use what's there, and have a truly South American Copa America.
Yeah. And when it comes to with that approach, I get it, man. I really do, and that's what I would want as a football fan. But I think just money talks in this situation,
that's the thing,
bro. And the U.S. has proved time and time again, especially with how they're hosting even almost all of Mexico's matches nowadays.
Dude, yeah.
The money to be made is in the U.S., bro.
Yeah.
And that even includes South American sides as well, because it's such a melting pot of cultures here in the U.S. that you are assured to have packed stadiums if these teams come down to this American soil and participate in a tournament down here. So at the end of the day, I think CONMEBOL is just like, I'd much rather go with that and the opportunity to make bags over having a very organic, culturally representative type of tournament in Ecuador nowadays. I don't think will happen anymore, man.
That's the thing I was thinking about. Is like, if Ecuador can't do it now, when can they?
Yeah.
Where is this going to lead? Is it, like you said, Mexico playing the U.S. now? I actually could just be like, all right, let's just do it like USA. Maybe Mexico helps out a little bit sometimes, but I literally could just see the Copa America mainly anchoring in the USA/Mexico because the money is 100% over here.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what CONMEBOL does in the future. If they see this as a huge success, then why would they go back to anything else?
Yeah.
Because if they do go back to the original format, then that does tell me that they have some sort of motivation that falls in line with selecting an Ecuador to be a host. In that case, that tells me that they at least have some incentive to go back to their roots. And if so, then I expect it to not be in Argentina or Brazil the next time around. It better be in like Uruguay or Bolivia or wherever, man.
Yes,
If they
yes.
decide to go against the whole CONCACAF teams being invited and hosting in the USA, because it's just so lucrative, man.